Well, since 2019, Startup Tunisia has enabled a Tunisian talent to develop innovative solutions in scalable startups. These startups are roughly 2 to 3 years old, and 50% have been founded by people providing 65% software solutions and 28% hardware solutions. About 29% are into medical device, while others are into AI and AV VR there. Meanwhile, a panel have been deliberated on some of the challenges faced by these startups and the future of healthcare in Tunisia.
You've been, in the leading institutions doing, specialized on healthcare research. How do you see, the health sector, in Tunisia, during the last, at least these 5 years, during the launch of the Startup Tunisia?
In fact, the different pillar for innovation in the field of health, one of them is the academic, is the talent, etc. I think that the system in Tunisia is good in terms of scientific production. You said that there is 12% of startup in the field of health. In terms of research and development, more than 40% of the publication and patents, etc., are in the field of health. So there is a big potential. However, the problem is the gap between the research product in terms of publication, in terms of, let's say, in terms of patents, and the innovation, and how to transform this knowledge in terms of product, in terms of services, etc. Besides the fact that there is some potential, there is some existing, let's say, companies and startups working in this field, there is a big potential to develop the field of, let's say, deep tech, health, innovation, especially in the field of services, e-health, etc., but also in the biotech, in other products that are for which there is a need in Tunisia and in the world. So there is, I don't want to go to the different details and statistics in terms of number of research institutions. There are more than, in general, more than 40, 45. In terms of universities, the last week we saw the different, let's say, le classement of the ranking of the universities. 6 or 7 of the Tunisian universities are among the best one in the world. So there is a potential, but we need the new, let's say, to introduce at the academic level, some, let's say, in charge of project manager, tech transfer, people who are in charge of intellectual property, people who develop business development, etc., and the connection between the academic structure that are producing good science with the world, with the society, with the companies, in which there is some need, for which there is some knowledge and potential from our university. So this is the question. It's not only a matter of finance or capital venture, etc. We need also the expertise, how to accompany this kind of programs by providing different services and expertise that could exist in Tunisia. Sometimes we have to go outside Tunisia for some specificity or some specific expertise.
I think we need to get back to basis. What's health tech? Health tech is 3 subsectors. And I think each one of the subsectors has its own opportunities and its own challenges also. So if you start with by the biotech, I think Silhesh may have said everything about biotech, and the transition between the academic and the entrepreneurial is very difficult, and it's probably due to a mindset. So we need to change probably the mindset of our researcher, of our students, and try to think beyond the article. because now the mindset of a researcher is article. How many articles must I write? What's the impact factor of my article? And that's the vision that they have. And that transition needs probably a different mindset, where we start thinking about patents as a first step, and then thinking about transforming my patent into a project, into a startup, into a spin-off, and so on. So we need to work on the as everybody is saying, we need probably to work on the mindset of our researcher and our students. It's not moving fast enough, I think, according to me, in Tunisia. We still have a lot to work, probably in universities, although there's few things that are being done now, but it's not enough. And the mindset, I think we need examples and we need some success stories, and those success stories will probably push our researcher and our student to change their mind.
Between 2020 and 2024, the International Monetary Fund has provided roughly $60 billion in funding assistance to sub-Saharan Africa. This was disclosed by IMF African Department Director Abibi Selassie at the just concluded IMF World Bank meetings in Washington, D.C. Selassie highlighted the reforms taking place across the continent and the hurdles and opportunities for growth.
We're projecting growth this year of around 3.6%, the same as last year, with some signs that it is beginning to accelerate, and we're projecting that it will reach around 4.2% next year. This pace, needless to say, is not sufficient to reduce poverty or indeed to recover the lost ground in recent years, much less the developmental challenges that countries have been facing. Still far below the 6-7% growth rates the region enjoyed until about a decade ago, of course. But as always, it's important to highlight the considerable differences in circumstances across the region. In particular, the average masks quite a lot of variation. For example, 9 out of the 20 fastest growing economies are in sub-Saharan Africa, particularly those with more diversified structures, which are doing well. Second point I think I want to stress is that we are seeing some improvement in macroeconomic imbalances. Specifically, inflation continues to decline. Budget deficits have begun to narrow, reverting to pre-crisis levels. And debt to GDP ratios are also stabilizing, albeit at a high level, and interest payments remain high.